Full of kites this weekend. The 45th annual Frank Mott's International Kite Festival is happening at Veterans Park. Organizer Scott Fisher from Gift of Wings says the event features kites, flying teams from around the world.
You know, when we started, it was hard to get a team to come to Milwaukee. It really was. And now they love coming because they love the reaction from the fans and the crowds, and they always put on a good show.
Don't you love hearing that? The Kite Festival is free. It starts at 10 o'clock both today and tomorrow. That's 10 this morning, so less than an hour now. Stay close. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Sounding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 9:03.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi with an announcement of my next WTMJ listener trip. Love these. Fox World Travel has crafted a fantastic itinerary which has special significance for me and you. We'll be visiting the country of my people, yes, Sicily. And to make it even more interesting, we're adding the country of Malta. It's called Sicily and Malta Mosaic, and it's happening in October of 2025 next year. Sicily is a fascinating island with an interesting and unique history. We'll see ancient ruins, charming old towns, sparkling coastlines, archaeological sites, and Europe's tallest active volcano, Mount Etna. And then bonus, we'll head to beautiful Malta, one of the smallest and friendliest countries in the world. My wife Kathy and I would love to have you join us on this special WTMJ listener trip. We've done it before. They're always fun. Join us. To get more information or make a reservation, visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Don't miss out on the early booking discount. Sicily and Malta Mosaic. Call today.
Siding Unlimited named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited. 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. It's a loss for the Green Bay Packers in Brazil. The Pack fell to the Philadelphia Eagles. Final score 34-29. Quarterback Jordan Love got hurt in the last minutes. Looks like a lower leg injury. We're now waiting to hear just how bad it is. The Packers have a week off before their home opener up at Lambeau. They play the Indianapolis Colts Sunday, September 15th. The Milwaukee Brewers take on the Colorado Rockies at American Family Field tonight. They lost to the Rockies in Game 1 last night, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that we get a W today. First pitch is at 6:10 tonight. Our coverage here on WTMJ starts at 5:35. Checking out the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. People are starting to wake up and hit the road, so we have a couple of incidents. I-94 west at the ramp from 175 north. It's Brewers Boulevard, right around American Family Field. Right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down there. And if we travel up closer to the Kewaskum area, 41 north at County D, right shoulder blocked there also because of a car that's broken down. As I take a peek at the cameras, I can see an emergency responder is there on the way, so hopefully it gets cleared up quickly. And here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Really nice today, but definitely feeling more like fall. Mostly sunny and breezy. We have a high of 63 today. And then if you like those summer temps, well, don't worry. It's coming back. Our temps start to go back up tomorrow. We're looking at great weather for Sunday, mostly sunny and a high of 74. Then, as we start the new work week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, those temps get even warmer. It's going to be sunny with highs in the low 80s. It is currently 50 degrees in Racine, 48 in Waukesha, and 50 right here in Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. Sounding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 9:07.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, I'm on vacation. celebration every single day, every single day.
The World Traveler returns. Good morning, Rose Gray. How are you?
I am thrilled to be back in the studio.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am.
You popped in, what, a few weeks ago and for like a guest appearance? But now are you here for a while?
I'm here for a very long time. I don't go to Egypt until the end of October.
Okay.
So we're good for a while.
A couple months of Rose Gray on the show.
Thank you.
And I hear you had a fabulous trip with the guest that's on with us.
I can't even tell you. It was outstanding. The people in Ireland are so warm and so welcoming and couldn't stop telling us how blessed we were with the weather we had.
You've had great weather on most of your trips this year.
We really have. And, of course, that trip would not have been what that trip was if it wouldn't have been for the guest we have joining us right now.
Good morning, Gene Miller. How are you?
Good morning. I'm here with my wife, Luann, and we have done all of our Ireland laundry and got the house back in order. And it's hard to believe a week ago, exactly to the hour, we were sitting in a pub in Dublin talking to a pub owner who also was a New York Jets season ticket holder who had traveled the world and was just spilling his guts about his life and part of that Irish charm. And now, a week later, we are doing a turn and burn to beautiful Kalamazoo, Michigan. So Dublin to Kalamazoo, life with the Millers.
Exactly. But we've got some special announcement, Gene, because we know that your fans from the long career you had in radio want to continue to travel with you. And so Fox World Travel and Gene and Luann have teamed up to come up with what we think is going to be as wonderful, as magnificent of a trip as Ireland was, and that's going to be happening June 14th of 2025. Gene, I'll let you go ahead and make the announcement.
We are going to beautiful Scotland, a place that Luann and I have never, ever been before, and we can't wait to acquaint ourselves with another one of the beautiful countries that Fox World Travel can hook us up with so beautifully, and also working again with Globus as well. They were our folks who got us through Ireland with our lovely guide Carmel and our driver Adrian. They become a very important part of any excursion, your guide and your driver, and we cannot wait to see the wonders of Edinburgh. I think I said that right.
You've been practicing.
And other. Well, the backstory on that, I know you're going to be surprised. I was at my corner bar on Thursday, and there are two former UK residents who show every Thursday night as well, and I told them about the trip quickly, and first thing they said was, okay, you got to learn how to say it. It's not Edinburgh, it's Edinburgh.
There you go.
I'm going to get a year of coaching.
Yeah, so I think it's the perfect trip. I mean, it's the same amount of days as our Ireland trip was, and we are on the move. I'm going to be honest with you, we are on the move on this one. So we're moving around from hotel to hotel. We've got a couple of 2-night stays, but we do have 1-night stays as we move around, and then we end up coming out of Glasgow. So we've got everything nailed down: daily breakfast, 2 lunches, 7 dinners. And Gene, I think you'll admit that you and Luann have an opportunity when we have these dinners to mix and mingle with the guests who are traveling with us.
Well, we're always grateful to the people that come along with us because, I mean, aside from these exotic destinations that we go to, we also get a chance, to meet people that were longtime listeners. And then there are other folks that have no idea who that old former radio guy and his wife are at all, and are there for all the right reasons. They're there to see Scotland. But the beauty of it is, we get to meet any number of cool people, and strangers become friends.
And we've got all the things that you would expect from Scotland included in the itinerary, which, of course, includes St. Andrews. We're going to the Orkney Island so that we can learn about beer making. So I think Gene would tell you, too, we took a trip to an island off of Ireland that normally people don't go to. And so we've added something special there. We're certainly going to be going to a distillery and learn all there is to learn about whiskey. And we're going to hopefully give everybody a chance to whack a ball. So we really think we've got a lot of things covered. I don't want to give you all the details because what I think you should do is go to the website, which is foxworldtravel.com, hit the vacation tab, hit group travel. When you do that, you'll see Fox Group Vacations. And as you scroll past exotic destinations and the U.S., you'll get to Europe, and right there you will find what we're calling Highland Odyssey Scotland with Gene Miller, June 14th to the 24th of 2025. And Gene, we should tell people, we did let people who have traveled with you before in on this little secret several days ago, so we have bookings already. So if you're thinking about doing this, I would make work of doing it within a reasonable amount of time.
And we're so thankful again for those loyal fans who've joined us. There's one, Barb, who has been with us, I think, now on 5 different trips and occasions as we've traveled through Europe. And we're always thankful for those people. And we always want to meet more people and introduce more folks to the wonders of Fox World Travel and these incredible destinations that there's really nothing like international travel. We haven't done it in a while. We had to skip last year because my son was getting married. It was so good to get back on the road and see the sights and just see the world in a different perspective.
Yeah, so again, thanks to Gene and Luann. I also would welcome anybody that was on the trip with Gene and Luann to give us a call or a text at 855-616-1620 and let the folks know what you loved about the trip and why you're considering going to Scotland with us in 2025.
And for those of you that haven't been from the area for your whole life, when Gene Miller's been on the radio like your entire life, like I have been listening to Gene, you can actually see what he looks like on this page too when you go sign up for the trip. So always good to see you.
That ain't no bargain. That ain't no bargain. There's a reason they put me on the radio for 45 years where nobody could see me. I'm better heard than seen, that's for sure.
Well, I think Luann and I would probably disagree with that, and so would all of your fans. But we had an outstanding time. I can almost guarantee, I hate to say I 100% guarantee you're going to have a wonderful time because that's being a little presumptuous on my part, but I've never had a bad time when I've traveled with Gene and Luann, and I definitely encourage you to take a look at Highland Odyssey, Scotland with Gene Miller, June 14th to the 24th. 2025.
Thanks for
Rose, this is always a wonderful opportunity, and we thank you so much, and thank all our wonderful people that came along. They were so great this year. They always are, but this was a fun group.
Oh, that's for sure. Maybe we could entice a few of them to come along and keep that momentum going. That was so much fun. So drive safe, you guys. Thanks for joining us on your trip and taking a few minutes to talk to the listeners and let us know what's going on. And we'll talk soon. I'm sure we'll have you on again soon.
Take care, everyone. Hope you'll join us in Scotland next June.
All right. Thanks, Gene. 855-616-1620, the WTMJ Talking Text line. We're talking travel. It is a Fox World Travel show on WTMJ.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
These are powerful, FDA-approved pharmacological pain treatments precisely administered by an easy injection to the root source of your pain. Positive patient outcomes are over 91%. And we do this conveniently. The entire process is performed in office, so it's very easy for our patients.
Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, with the help of some of the finest pain relief physicians in the country, have helped bring their proprietary pain treatment formula to the forefront of pain relief medicine. Having performed over 100,000 pain treatments and counting, patient results have shown again and again that pain relief is possible in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, with some patients' pain relief lasting more than 2 years.
We're in network with almost all major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and this could mean zero out-of-pocket costs for your pain relief treatment.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
When that crisp fall air greets you in the morning, it's time to assess your garden. Now's the perfect time to think about it. WTMJ's John Mercure here for Landworks Wisconsin. They make sure my garden and yard is in perfect shape. They'll do the same for you. Imagine this. Spring flowering bulbs get planted in October and November and then burst into bright daffodils and tulips, brightening up your muddy spring after a long, dark winter. Landworks Wisconsin, they'll do it for you. Give your future self some spring flowers. Let Landworks Wisconsin take care of you like they take care of me. LandWorksWisconsin.com.
Milwaukee PBS Fest with great concerts and specials this weekend, including the Four Phantoms in concert and Joe Bonamassa and Orchestra live at the Hollywood Bowl. Tonight at 9 on Channel 10, produced live and mostly unplugged. Join us for Eric Church live at Red Rocks. Milwaukee PBS Fest. Concerts and specials just for you. Now playing on channels 10 and 36. Your support makes Milwaukee PBS possible. Thank you.
Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. Unfortunately, it's not too early to start thinking about those upcoming heating bills. At Hometown's huge New Berlin showroom, you can compare energy-efficient windows from Anderson, Pella, Marvin, and more. Like me, you'll get a dedicated project consultant to guide you to the products that best fit your home, style, and budget, along with employee carpenters who respect your home. Do what I did. Contact Hometown Windows and Doors today. Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. 414-329-1200 or online at hometownwindows.com.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane in with Rose Gray. What up, Edinburgh?
Hey, you're practicing.
Edinburgh.
Because we're going to be talking about this for a few weeks. So yeah.
You just got back from a trip with Gene Miller to Ireland, and now we just announced you're going to Scotland. Isn't it virtually the same thing?
Well, to some degree. I guess if you were talking about landscapes and coastlines and crumbling castles and things like that, yes, they would have those things in common. But Scotland is actually, if you take a look at the map, is the northernmost nation in the UK. Now, the UK, which is the United Kingdom, is made up of Wales, England, and Northern Ireland, and then Scotland as well. Now, Ireland is the Emerald Isle, and that's you know, an island away from it. The history is going to be very, very different, and certainly the brogue and the food is going to be quite different. So, and again, although Guinness and Jameson would have been your two beer and spirit options that you would have there, we're going to be looking at Scotch whiskey a great deal. And of course, although you don't hear a lot about Scotch beer, and maybe people will correct me and say, Rose, you're completely wrong. There's tons of Scotch beer. We're also going to go to a brewery on Orkney Island, which again, we're going to have to make our way to another island. Which, again, we try to do things differently at Fox. We look at these basic itineraries and we say, what would somebody want to see? Now, I know I'm going to get the question, can we play the old course at St. Andrews? It's nigh on to impossible, especially when you're traveling with a tour group.
Right.
Now, I know right now, as we speak, somebody who is going to have an opportunity to golf at St. Andrews, but you have to golf at one of the other courses first before you even have an opportunity.
Really?
Yes. Isn't that a clever marketing way to make sure that you don't just come, play one round, and leave kind of a thing?
It's like going to Lambeau. You have to book your hotel for 2 or 3 nights instead of just one.
Hey, that's a great analogy. That's a great analogy. So we're just very excited about it. What we're also seeing is that people are saying we're kind of looking for something that's in that, say, 8 to 10 day types tour duration. And we really would like to have something 8 or less hours.
Okay.
As far as flying time is concerned. And so that's where these choices are coming from. And I do like it when somebody like Gene does get to experience something he's never seen before. Now, he and Luann had been to Ireland 24 years ago. They went in in 2000. And so they kept telling everybody what's so different and what's so new about Dublin and Ireland in general. And here they've never gone. So watching the wonder and excitement when the host hasn't been there is going to be exciting as well.
Awesome.
Something else I do want to mention too, what a very big part of this trip or an aspect of the trip that I guess none of us really had taken into consideration. There was a huge college football game in Dublin the Saturday we were there between Florida State and Georgia Tech. Now, normally that's Notre Dame. That's a very common thing that Notre Dame does because of the Fighting Irish. Right. Makes sense, right? This year, for some reason, it was Florida State and Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech won in an overtime last-minute field goal. So it was very exciting to just see there. So what that did for us is that put 40 additional motor coaches on the roads of Ireland with college football fans that were touring the country.
Crazy.
Yes. The Florida State people were a little salty, so we didn't always really talk to them that much.
All right. Well, Chris from Campbell Sports on the line. We're going to talk to him or her. I don't know which, because that's a name that could go either way.
That's right.
Her. Okay, we're going to talk to her. She was on the trip. So you probably,
perfect.
We'll talk to her when we come back. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 4.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
Solving your breathing triangle problem can lead to better sleep and a better quality of life. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. My house looks gorgeous. It's the envy of the neighborhood. You know why? I had CertaPro painters come out and paint the outside of my house. Man, did they kill it. Knocked it out of the ballpark. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here. They do outside, exterior, big time. They also paint inside. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're the real deal. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
9:24 on a Saturday, going to be sunny, breezy with a high of 63. Currently 52 in Milwaukee. 855-616-1620, the WTMJ Talk and text line. Let's go over to Chris in Campbellsport. Good morning, Chris. You were on the Ireland trip.
Good morning. Oh, my gosh. It was a wonderful trip. We had so much fun.
So, in other words, you are promoting the fact that if somebody wants to go on a trip, you should choose one that has Gene Miller coming along.
Yes, definitely. Oh, my. You know what's so fun is that we traveled with 40 people that we don't really know. And we ended up one big family by the time the trip was over. I mean, you got to know everyone. The other thing that was fabulous is you don't have to worry about anything. You know, you get to the hotel and your keys are ready and they take your luggage to your room. And the tours we saw or did are so organized. I mean, we get right in there, don't wait in lines, and it's the way to go.
And I really do think, Chris, we do have to say one more time how fantastic Carmel and Andrian were. They were, I had to call him Mr. A because we never knew how to pronounce his name, but they were just outstanding, weren't they? I mean, I can't say enough.
Oh, they were. Yes, they were. Carmel had so much knowledge. I mean, and you just love listening to her talk and tell you all the details about where we were going. And yes, that was fabulous. We were blessed with wonderful guides and driver.
And we would also have to tell everybody that although I can't promise everybody wonderful weather, we did have pretty good weather, but we had a couple of days where we got some rain, and they told us this is the Emerald Isle. There's a reason they call it the Emerald Isle. So, but we made it through, and that didn't really affect the trip, in my opinion.
No, not at all. We had the one really, really rainy day, but I think everyone kind of expects that when you go to Ireland, and the rest of the time was fabulous. I mean, the weather couldn't have been any better.
It was. Well, Chris,
and they said, too, that it's unusual to get that many nice days in a row, and we were lucky.
That's right. That's called the Fox World Travel Good Juju. So I can't tell you enough how grateful I am to have gotten to know you and your posse of people. And so I thank you for taking the time on a Saturday morning to call in. And one more time, Gene Miller is just an addition to the trip that I think is something you should consider.
Hey, Chris, while I have you on the phone, is there any one thing you remember Rose Gray doing that you were like, whoa, look at what she's doing? I'm looking for dirt, in other words.
Well, I don't think I better go there.
All right. Fair enough.
Thank you, Chris, for calling in.
But
And go ahead.
Yeah, it was just a wonder. And having Gene Miller along is just wonderful. And the way he, meets with all the people in his dinner one night with this group or whatever and he's just a wonderful guy. Him and Luann are so fun to travel with.
They are. So thank you. Love to Dan. Love to everybody. And take Chris up on what she's telling you. It will be a good time. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Have a great weekend. All right. So since we hyped up Gene Miller one last time, tell people where to go for this Scotland trip for next year.
So what I could recommend is foxworldtravel.com. You go to vacation travel, and under group travel, you will find Fox Group Vacations. And there you have the opportunity to scroll through exotic destinations, U.S., Europe, and other things. And once you get to Europe, you will see Gene's trip is currently, this does get changed around in the third row, and it's called Highland Odyssey, Scotland with Gene Miller. And there is an early booking discount. We've given you a pretty long window of opportunity for that. I don't know that I would wait. I feel like this is going to be one of those trips, just like his last one, that's sold out. I will also tell you this. It's a rather affordable single supplement. We talk oftentimes with our callers and texters about why is it so much more expensive for a single person to travel, and we've gone through that, and sometimes it can be as much as another 150% of the cost of the trip. In this case, it's an affordable single supplement, so I point that out to you as well. We did have a number of people who traveled as singles on Gene's trip, and they all bonded, and we had a great time with them as well.
It does say a tour manager from Fox World Travel will accompany him. Do we know who that is?
I'm guessing it'll be Rose Gray.
Okay, just checking.
Celebrating her birthday in Scotland this year.
Awesome. All right. So that trip is June 14th through the 24th, 2025. 11 days away. Looks beautiful. The photos always look good on the website, foxworldtravel.com. We take a break. We go over to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jessica Ty. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning. A big bummer in Brazil. Not only did the Green Bay Packers lose the game last night, quarterback Jordan Love got hurt. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Packers packing. They're coming back from Sao Paulo after losing 34-29. But the biggest concern this morning is how hurt is quarterback Jordan Love. He suffered what looked to be a lower leg injury in the final minute of the game. When asked about Love's status during the post-game press conference last night, head coach Matt LaFleur simply said, I don't know. Former President Donald Trump returns to Wisconsin today for a rally intended to focus heavily on the economy. Both Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris have been talking more about their plans for the economy leading up to Tuesday's big presidential debate. Trump's rally here in the Badger State is in Mosinee, a town between Stevens Point and Wausau. It starts at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and actually people are starting to line up now. Milwaukee police need your help this morning finding a suspect in a hit and run. The incident happened Friday morning near Villard and Green Bay on Milwaukee's north side. The driver of a black two-door Infiniti didn't stop at a red light and hit two pedestrians before driving off. A 17-year-old was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The other person, a 34-year-old, is okay. You can see images and details of the car right now on our website, WTMJ.com. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. It's been pretty good for the most part, and look at this. It's a nice Saturday on the road so far. Any disabled vehicles that we saw in the last hour or so have cleared, and no major crashes to let you know about. We'll keep our fingers crossed that it stays that way.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Be our eyes on the road. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
And here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. The autumn blast has arrived into southeastern Wisconsin. Mostly sunny and breezy today, high of 63. Highs jump back into the 70s tomorrow afternoon. We'll see mostly skies tomorrow and a high of 74. And that warming trend will continue into next week. Highs each day topping out in the low to mid 80s. It is currently 50 degrees in Racine, 48 degrees in Waukesha, and 50 here in Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. Sunny and limited. WTMJ News Time is 9:32. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there. We have wind gusts where it's at 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in this storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
WTMJ is your station to catch all things Brewers. Listen to Bob Uecker.
Get out of here and way gone!
Jeff Leverett.
Struck him out with a changeup.
Lane Grindle.
And it's a called third strike.
And Josh Mauer.
Watch this, baby. Goodbye.
Call every game.
I'm surprised you still have fingernails on that right hand.
And have a little fun.
I got more in my bag.
On your home for the Milwaukee Brewers. 620 WTMJ.
Another MVP has joined the roster at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Dr. Ryan Stefanchek. Board certified in sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation, Dr. Stefanchek specializes in non-operative treatment of the spine, chronic pain, all joints, all musculoskeletal problems, and more, emphasizing holistic care first, with a focus on diet, sleep, stress management, and social connections for a patient's well-being. At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Annex Wealth Management, investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget Avril Lavigne at the AmFam Amphitheater on Monday. What a weird night to go to a concert, a Monday night for a big show like that. But October 6th is an even better date to keep in mind because that's the vacation showcase for Fox World Travel.
That is correct. So we are doing something kind of fun that we haven't done since COVID, and that is having a really big in-person showcase. And we're doing it on that particular day because the Packer game is that night.
Okay.
So we know that from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., you probably have a lot of time on your hands. And if you're like me and you're getting very anxious about the game and you're looking for something to do, this would be it. It is in Neenah at the Best Western Premier Bridgewood Resort. We are asking that you register because we are going to have vendors there that are going to have supplies and things to give out, and we want to make sure we've supplied them with the correct information as to how many people we can expect. So it'll be expo-style booths where you can meet these people. So we talk about Globus family of brands, and we talk about Avalon Waterways, and you want to meet somebody who can give you their perspective on that tour operator or that cruise line. Also, we are going to have some of our advisors there throughout the day. And you will even actually be able to, if you so desire, sit down and talk travel with one of our advisors. You could even go so far as to make a booking with one of our...
right on the spot.
Right on the spot. We will have some of our group tour managers like myself and Kate and Colleen and Aaron, so you can meet us and see what that's like. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have a Bloody Mary bar. We're going to have appetizers. We're going to have a free gift for everybody that comes. We're going to have breakout educational sessions. Lots going on. So from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Best Western Premier Bridgewood Resort Hotel in Neenah on October 6th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. How do you sign up? You go to our website at foxworldtravel.com, go to the vacation tab. Way to the right of that, you'll find Stay Connected, Travel Events, and there you'll find it right away.
All right, and the reason you're registering again is because they're giving away free stuff.
Exactly.
So they got to have enough. You don't not register and show up, and then you don't get your free stuff.
Exactly.
That's no fun.
No, we would do not want that to happen. And I can't say that we would not give you something, but we really would prefer it if we just had an overabundance of everything that we needed. So,
all right. So we gave Gene Miller some time. What about this other guy, this Steve Scafidi guy? What's going on with him?
Yeah, so Scafidi and I launched, actually, Colleen and Scafidi launched his trip because I've been gone. And we're moving along on the Scafidi trip. So if you have thought about it or heard about it, because it is being advertised right now throughout the day on WTMJ, it's Sicily and Malta Mosaic. And why we've chosen this is because if you haven't figured it out, Scafidi is Sicilian. And he has been there, but he has not been to all of the places that we're going to go. But we also thought, how much fun would it be to add a little bonus? So we're going to do Malta at the end of that trip, which I've not been to Malta. And like we were talking about taking Jean and Luann to Scotland where they've never been, I think it's going to be exciting for Rose Gray to go to Malta where she's never been.
Which is an island south of Sicily, right?
It is. And it's just portrayed as being this friendly, historic, unique island, and I can't wait to spend 3 days there. So we are moving along, as I said, with the bookings, and so we've been advertising this for now a couple of weeks. So once that motor coach is full, there's not too much more we can do about it, and we hate when that happens. So if you want to talk about this particular trip, give us a call at 866-GO-FOX-GO, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or you can always send in an inquiry online, and then we'll assign it to somebody within the Fox World Travel family, and then they will reach out to you.
All right. And like Gene was saying, going on a trip with this, you have an advisor on the trip as well. So you really don't have to think too hard. You just get to enjoy, and you get to go and do everything you want to do, but not have to be the guy worried about it or the girl worried about going. You just enjoy it.
Right.
Just
And
enjoy
I
the trip
understand.
and the company, and you become a family. You do, because I've done these trips as well. You become this family. But if there's a time you want to just get away, you can do that too. Like,
right. We've used this quote a number of times when we talk about group travel. It's within the structure lies the freedom.
Right.
We've mapped it all out for you. We've prepared this itinerary for you. And if we happen to be in a city for 2 days and one of the days you just plain don't feel like going with doing what we're doing, don't go.
Right.
So we have all kinds of options for you there. And I feel like as we progress in our life, having someone take care of us is kind of nice. A lot of people really brag about the fact that they're DIYers. I've always done my own travel, and I really enjoy that. I talked to somebody on Jean's trip who 20-some years ago drove around Ireland and said, I don't feel like I saw it because I was the one that was facing the windshield and having to concentrate so hard on driving on the opposite side of the road. And if you know anything about Ireland, there are hedgerows all along the road. And so now you're up in a motor coach. So you're above those hedgerows and you're looking over those hedgerows. You're in a little tiny car, low to the ground, and driving. You're not seeing that stuff. So, yeah.
All right. The texts are starting to stack up, so we'll get to those when we come back. 855-616-1620. If you want to talk travel, that's the number you need. It is a WTMJ talk and text line. Fox World Travel Show. We thank you for listening to WTMJ.
You're off to see the wonderful world, and then it's back to your own castle. Make sure yours is beautiful and up to date. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for everything on the outside of your castle, welcomes you home to the best it can be. You should not have to worry about your home's integrity while you are away. Let Siding Unlimited ensure it with all the best exterior products. Hometown Siding Unlimited is recognized as one of the best contractors in America by the manufacturers of the nation's best products in siding, roofing, decks, and especially windows. They have the awards. Take the initiative, and Siding Unlimited will make you proud to come home every time, whether it's from an exotic tour or from the grocery store. Set up an appointment with Siding Unlimited for your castle renewal now, and we'll see you when you get back. Bon voyage from Siding Unlimited, and then welcome home. SidingUnlimited.com.
Hey, boaters!
This is Dave Dorrell from Kendor Marine. And if you're a boater and you haven't been here, ask around. And I think some of your boater buddies will tell you you're missing out. Because at Kendor Marine, we have everything you need but the water. And when you get here, you'll know that's no exaggeration. So get in the know, because boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Hey boaters!
From fishing to water sports and everyday essentials like anchors and life jackets, along with an incredible selection of hardware, Kendor Marine is a boater's paradise. This is Dave Dorrow, and our endless selection of boating parts and accessories all but assure you one-stop shopping for all your boating needs. And that's why boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
Milwaukee PBS Fest, with great concerts and specials this weekend, including the Four Phantoms in concert and Joe Bonamassa and Orchestra live at the Hollywood Bowl. Tonight at 9 on Channel 10, produced live and mostly unplugged, join us for Eric Church live at Red Rocks. Milwaukee PBS Fest, concerts and specials just for you, now playing on Channels 10 and 36. Your support makes Milwaukee PBS possible. Thank you.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton here with Rose. Going to be sunny, breezy with a high of 63 today, 54 currently in Milwaukee. Don't forget, you can find the Fox World Travel Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, foxworldtravel.com. Wherever you get your podcasts, we are everywhere, including WTMJ. So thank you for listening. Let's go to the phone at 855-616-1620. Michelle in Milwaukee, good morning. What's your question?
Hi. I know Rose has done this with her family, so I was looking for recommendations for an all-inclusive for our children and grandchildren between Christmas and New Year's. We have 3 generations. Kids' ages are 12 to 3. And just thinking she might have some ideas for us.
Yeah, so one thing I would do is check out the Nickelodeon resorts. Those are a blast and a half, and it's one of those things where it's not just all about the water park, but it is definitely something fun to do. And then there's also a resort that we've used a couple of times, which is called Generations. Now, this is a kind of like, you know how beaches is the family version of Sandals. Generations is the family version of the El Dorado properties. And so the older people and the older the young adults can go over to the El Dorado and get away from kids if they want to do that. But you all can be together at what I think is not just an over-the-top kids resort. It's not just catering to children. So that's another probably really good option. And then the other ones I do like are some of the reuse, which are going to be a little bit more affordable. Check out the ones that are coming up with that are in a part of a complex. And you'll find that a lot in Riviera Maya and Cancun area, because then again, you want to give people opportunities to walk around outside of the resort, but not leave the resort in an unsafe way, because you know you're on part of the property.
Right.
So my best advice to you would be really to reach out by using our inquiry form and let one of our managers who sort those out give you the best person to be able to work with you through this process and start the process of elimination, saying which of these aren't going to work for me, and then we can probably get down to 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably my best advice.
Sounds like a good idea. Is there any charter flights so we wouldn't have to do 3 flights to get somewhere?
Yeah,
or?
it's probably going to be, Cancun is going to be offering at Christmas time, so Riviera Maya, Cancun, and then there might be some opportunities for nonstops out of Chicago, which again is not a bad idea when we're talking about winter travel anyway, because you're going nonstop, so you all stay overnight in a hotel the night before, then you're safe and sound there at O'Hare before your flight leaves. So, they can give you those options as well.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
for
so
listening.
much, Rose. Okay, bye-bye.
Have a great weekend. 855-616-1620. So it's not too late to book a Christmas, New Year's trip.
As long as you have some flexibility, and it sounds like Michelle has plenty of flexibility because she's kind of more concerned about the destination and the resort and what it has to offer her family dynamic.
All right. Here's a text that says, in the very last row on a full flight returning from Brussels, got to passport control in Chicago. Used MPC, 5 people in front of us, done.
So,
what does that translate that for people, Rose?
So a couple of the one and only time I've been on the air for a while, we had the opportunity to talk about mobile passport control, and that is what MPC means. Now, it allows you, if you are eligible, to submit your travel documents and a photo and a customs declaration form on an app on your phone. So this is how this works. The information that you put in there is only good for 4 hours. Right. So these people were leaving for Brussels. That's longer than a 4-hour flight. So they weren't able to do that. But because they were in the last row, and because if you've been on a flight lately, you know how long you're taxiing, waiting for that gate to open up. The moment you have service, when you land, and they tell you you can turn your mobile device off of airplane mode, you immediately start putting that information in. You've already got the mobile passport control app downloaded on your phone, and now you're putting in you hold up the camera, you do a selfie.
You do a selfie,
exactly, and you give them your passport information and all of that. And when you are going through customs, you always see that global entry, and you always say, "Why haven't we done that yet?" But you're also going to see a line for mobile passport control. It's almost as painless as global entry. And you walk through and you see that long snake-like winding line and think to yourself, wow, am I ever glad I'm not in that?
Perfect.
So I know my daughter, who does not have global entry, has used it on a number of occasions, and it's worked for her every time. Now, you've got to be flying into an airport that accepts mobile passport control, and we know that O'Hare does, and most major airports do as well.
There you go. Good question. Thanks for sending that in. 855-616-1620, the WTMJ talk and text line. We take one final break. Our last segment coming up next on the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Fall is on its way, which means you need to make sure your house is up to snuff before the cold hits. WTMJ's Debbie Loziga here for the WTMJ Home Improvement Showcase. Join us every week as we highlight services provided by our great partners, including Comfort Awnings and Bruce's team with Realty Executives Integrity. And they'll get you and your home ready for whatever season Wisconsin holds. It's the WTMJ Fall Home Improvement Showcase. Find out more at WTMJ.com.
Baird has invested in the vitality of downtown Milwaukee for over a century. Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Stanek, president of Baird Funds. Baird is a world-class financial services firm. As one of downtown's largest employers, we believe in supporting the communities we serve. We're proud to call downtown our home, and even prouder to elevate our city's world-class amenities with a new convention center. Experience it for yourself. Go to MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
It's great to get back home when your castle grounds are grand. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a company that does just that. As in their name, your outdoor living can be grand and the possibilities are unlimited. Patios, decks, water and fire features, lighting, pathways, pergolas, outdoor kitchens. Unleash your imagination out there. Then turn Outdoor Living Unlimited loose. Travel the world and always come home to your dream destination. Start with a voyage to Brookfield's OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Get your rock solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you the farm supplies you need because we get you. That's why we offer unbeatable prices on trusted brands like select Hillman nuts, bolts, and washers, $1.99 a pound. Save $70 on a Hobart Handler 140 MIG welder. Edsel welded storage racks, $249.99, and Tomcat rodent baits or bait stations, $5 off. Plus, we've been working with our brand partners to get prices down. So shop our new lower everyday prices store-wide at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane and Rose Gray, our final segment here, 855-616-1620. If you have a question, get it in while you still can. This one's from Mark in Pewaukee. It says, "Hi, Rose. Welcome home." Because you're home
I am
for
home.
once. Have you ever stayed at a Hyatt all-inclusive resort? And if so, what are your thoughts on the property?
Okay, so it's hard for me to completely answer this one, but I'm going to go in this direction. So one of the all-inclusive brands owned by Hyatt is Ziva and Zalara's. And those I have stayed at because I had an opportunity right after COVID by invitation to experience one of them so that I could speak sensibly about them and see what they were doing for COVID protocol. And of course, that is no longer a concern,
Right.
but it was handled remarkably. So there's a Hyatt Ziva in Cap Cana, which is remarkable. That is in the Punta Cana area. There are Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Zalara Rose Hall. That would be in Jamaica. Seen them, not stayed there. There's Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Zalara in Cancun, and then there's a Hyatt Ziva in Puerto Vallarta. So this is the Hyatt standard. These are the Ziva is going to be for guests of all ages, and Zalara's are going to be for adults.
Okay.
So that would be the main difference. And they serve from the heart, if that kind of gives you an idea. Like when you see them, they are truly, truly not only putting their hand to their heart, but they're feeling the love. They really do treat you like it's a joy to be
nice
working with you. So I have the texter had said Caribbean or Cancun or Mexico, either or. That experience has for me was quite wonderful.
All right. After a 20-year absence of visiting Negril, Jamaica, we're going back next year. Is there any new excursions or must-sees that you could recommend?
Well, I quickly looked because I wanted to see if there was something I was missing. Because a lot of people do, for example, a Bob Marley experience. It's a bit of a drive because that's not exactly where he was born and raised, but that is an opportunity for you. But if they haven't been there for 20 years, they may want to go back to Rick's Cafe. Now, Rick's Cafe was completely demolished by a hurricane some years ago, probably less than 20 years ago. And for a long time, they weren't open. And there was a competitor who was capitalizing on the fact that they are in the same exact area, on the same exact cliffs, but wasn't really giving you the Rick's Cafe experience. But Rick's Cafe is back up and running again. What is Rick's Cafe, you ask? It is cliff diving.
Okay.
Yep. So you basically are way up in this cliff area, and you can jump. I have jumped.
Really?
More than once. I have been told now by friends and loved ones
Not to do it again?
not to do that anymore. But young people who are quick to heal could probably go ahead and do that. And that's always a fun experience to just, even if you don't jump, to watch the cliff divers.
Okay.
They
yeah,
are,
right.
They're remarkable, I
All right.
think.
We are heading to England next fall. If we want to walk through a town or two in Cotswolds, what would you recommend?
You know, that's really hard for me to say because that part of the world, whenever we travel through that, is a very structured part of the itinerary. And so I would not give out that suggestion without having done some research. But what I can tell you is this. I really feel like we have got some people who are in our organization, the travel advisors, who are very, very good in this region because they have worked with some garden clubs that's the area in which they go. So what I would do again is I would send an inquiry on our website at foxworldtravel.com, and they can tell you a little bit more about one or two of the places that you might want to go, when to go and when maybe to avoid, with regard to flower shows that are going on and that kind of a thing. Speaking of which, I'm going to be on with the WTMJ afternoon team on Monday, and we're going to talk about off-season destinations. Why would you do that?
That's a great topic.
Thank you, John Mercure, for thinking of that.
All right.
Because you can save some money, but what can you expect when you go off season?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This one says, do you have a podcast of this travel show? Yes, we do. You can find it on Spotify, Apple. You can also get it at foxworldtravel.com. It's posted there by Monday or Tuesday of every week. WTMJ.com, YouTube. It's very accessible. So if you Google Fox World Travel Show, you'll find something that brings that up. We have about a minute and a half left. What did we announce this morning?
So we announced Gene Miller's trip to Scotland, and we're very excited about it, and we did go with a full bus this particular trip, and I believe in my heart of hearts we will do that again. So if you're thinking about that, stop thinking about it. Get on the website, take a look at what's all included. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun, wonderful opportunities for people who are learning to. Scotland may not be on your radar. And then after you look at this, you might say, wow, that seems pretty interesting.
Right.
So I really recommend that. I also want to continue to remind people about that travel showcase that's happening, vacation showcase that's happening October 6th in Neenah. If you show up in Neenah on a Sunday afternoon taking a nice fall drive and you didn't register, no one's going to prohibit you from entering, but we would really love it if you would go online and register so we know how many people are coming, so we can let those people who are going to be interacting with you and giving you free stuff know how many people are going to be there.
Okay. And how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so it's 866-GO-FOX-GO or foxworldtravel.com. I feel like every time I look at that website, I'm more proud of the marketing team and what they've done. Isn't it wonderful?
It is a great website.
So thanks to Gene Miller for popping on with us. That was very kind of he and Luann to talk with us this morning.
All right. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Libby Collins filling in for me next week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Danny Clayton and the crew from Annex Wealth Management coming in next after we check into the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jessica Ty.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. It's your knee that's bugging you, right? Or is it your back? For some of us, it's the hips. Achy joints with pain you can't get over. Whether